You talk about the highs and lows, 60-minute game, and it had that, you know, but to come from behind again, and I think we had a 3-0 last period, which, you know, puts us in good stead moving forward here into these last few games, and obviously playoff hockey coming up. But you know, we didn't play particularly well the first period, a little bit heavy-legged, some bad decisions, but we got through that, got into the game, and then you know, Coventry took the chance as well. Good offensive team, as we know, good net minding, but you know, it was all about what we did coming into that third period, and you know, credit to the boys, they stuck with it for 20 minutes and to score 3 goals, which, you know, we're happy with that.
A bit disappointing how it finished. I thought you know, obviously we'd put ourselves in a good position there. You know, we 6-7 minutes into the third period with a 2-goal lead, and you know, unfortunately we took a couple minors, and you know, if they got some momentum from it. They had a couple good 5-on-5 shifts too where they hemmed us in, and we just, for whatever reason, we almost looked like deer in headlights there for a few shifts, and we stopped moving our feet for 5-6 minutes, and we let a team back into the hockey game, and eventually went ahead on us. So I thought after their 4th goal we then woke up and played the way we needed to play, and then obviously, you know, but a little bit too late. You know, at that time we'd kind of let the lead slip, and you know, it's disappointing, but you know, maybe a learning curve for our guys that, you know, this time of year, you know, we talk about it all the time, playing 60 minutes or as close to, and you know, you switch off for 5-6 minutes. I mean, every team's desperate for what they want right now, so no teams are going to give up. So maybe you just got caught out taking our foot off the gas slightly, and we got burnt for it.
Well, Omar, what's your reaction to that one this evening?
Well, huge 2 points. You know, we were on a long road trip away from home, 5 games, and to come back home and get the points, that was the #1 priority. And I felt the way after they scored the first goal tonight, I felt our offense really clicked, and you can tell, like, for a large amount of games, the offense was doing really, really well. So no, it's nice to see. And like I said, the priority tonight was getting that home win that we've been really good at home recently.
Yeah, I mean, what was the message to the guys, you know, at the start of the game? I know you had to come back, but I mean, you did go all guns blazing at it, didn't you?
Yeah, I thought the first few shifts we were okay, and then we just had that kind of a turnover and then a broken play, and then next thing you know, it's in the back of your net, so you're down 1, and you know, it's a massive game for us just to, you know, we want to get clinch a playoff spot as soon as possible, right? And I think after that we got a big goal by it was Desi or Phil. Anyways, the range line did, you know, it was Phil. Range line did great to get it back, and I felt that line was really good tonight. I felt all 4 lines played excellent, and it was nice to see Robo go on the ice and get some ice time, and I felt he made a good impression. But overall, it's hard because the third period wasn't perfect, but to get the lead going into the third like that, you know, it was refreshing to see, and you know, we were able to use everybody, so it was good to see.
And it's so crucial to get points now, isn't it, with the tightness of the standings and everybody vying to get as high up the table as they can.
Yeah, I think the beauty in it right now is we control a lot of you know, our destiny, and you know, with these last 5 games coming up, it's important for us to climb up those standings as much as possible. And tonight it's good because it was our first home game in 2 weeks, and to get that, you know, that confidence too offensively. And you can tell a lot of guys, you know, after we scored that first goal, you can tell guys almost got the monkey off their back, and we were a bit more confident. You saw a lot of nice plays and using the 5 guys on the ice. So no, it's great. We got great goaltending too by Priester, because in that second and third he made some big saves that, you know, could have changed the game at any point in time. But no, listen, to pop 4 in the first, you know, that's the start we need, especially at home.
And a disappointing result last Sunday in Fife. Of course, the 3rd game in 3 days, which maybe took its toll on the players a little bit, but a chance to get retribution on that on Saturday.
Yeah, it was a tough, you know, there's a lot of teams now doing 3 and 3s, and I thought we got hit by fatigue a bit on Sunday, but that doesn't mean that, nothing to take away from Fife. I thought they played a really solid home game, but for us, it's to get the right, you know, rest now for the rest of the season. That's probably the most important thing. And you know, you got a few days now till Saturday. It's a short trip too, so it's going to help the players and be ready to go. And you know, we've got a big push. We're not clinched yet, so we got to hopefully get that done on Saturday. But yeah, it's always good to have your rivals back to back, and it's going to be exciting, obviously, going there. But coming back home on Sunday, and you know, in front of Fife, in front of our crowd, that will be the first. Crazy enough, the first regular season game at home against them with a crowd. So it'll be exciting to see.
That's great, Omar. Thank you.
All right, thanks.
Liked our energy for 60. I thought it was important for us to come out here and send a message, and statement night for us tonight. We didn't want to look past this hockey game tonight. We knew we had 2 big hockey games on the weekend, but we had to take care of business tonight. And I don't think they matched our speed at all tonight. I thought we were too fast. We played fast, got pucks beneath their goal line, made them defend, and were rewarded. It was a pretty solid 60.
Quite a few of the goals tonight seem to come from sort of taking advantages of mistakes around the net. Is that what it comes down to at this level? Yeah,
I think sometimes pace and pressure are a big point of how we play, and you know, our F1 and F2 were connected tonight. We continue to put pressure on their D, force them to turn pucks over, and then you know, got pucks to the hard areas, a couple tip goals, a couple greasy goals, and then some nice speed wide that created some offense as well. So it was good 60 for us. We needed it. It sets up a pretty big weekend.
Yeah, so after this dominant win, does that give you some momentum now heading into those games against Belfast?
Well, we know what we're going to get. They're a really good hockey team. They're, you know, we've played, what, 50 games now, and they've got us by 1 point. So we've had three games against them. We're 2-1. I think it's a good matchup. I think it'll be entertaining for the league and good for the league that, you know, 4 games to go. There's this tight race at the top, and we get that team 3 times here. So 1 game at a time. We just got to get ourselves ready for Saturday.
Thank you, Aaron.
Thank you.
Pretty disappointed, obviously. You know, we played this team pretty hard for the last 3 games, and I didn't think we didn't really have it today. Played some good hockey in spurts, but just overall wasn't good enough.
How can you learn from this match for the next game?
Well, games are getting a little thin here to talk about the learning process right now. I mean, obviously they're a good team. You know, they played really well today. I thought, you know, out of the last 4 games, that was by far the best they'd played. I think with us beating them, put them in a little desperation. We should have been as desperate. We're fighting for our lives here too, and we didn't have that. Well, we'd like to see a response. That's about all you have right now. Is can't do anything about what just happened. So we got to have a response. We got a big weekend. You know, we're in a situation where we're looking like we're going to have to win out to give ourselves a chance.
Disappointing, very disappointing. You know, I thought first 2 periods, I thought we played good hockey. You know, they had a lead or 2 there, but I didn't feel like the game was ever out of our control. You know, we had good pressure a lot of the first 2 periods, and obviously, you know, came into the break with a 4-2 lead as you want to do, and you know, it went out in the third, and we just seemed a little bit. Obviously, the first couple shifts there were a bit stop-start. There was like 3 or 4 icings, and then they had a couple good shifts in there, and for whatever reason, we just went into safety mode a little bit, and for whatever reason, and I don't know. And then obviously we just played a little bit stress and called a timeout, tried to settle things down there, and it seemed we had a few good shifts after that, but it lost assignment off a face-off. You know, ends up in the back of our net, and it looked like we started playing stress, and you know what, turnover, and it's 4-4, and then 5th one, I got to look at the video. I'm not sure, you know, just a couple puck was bouncing everywhere and ended up on their stick in front of the net, but appeared to be a misassignment again. So very disappointing, very disappointing.
Huge points. I thought we actually had a good start. Obviously, we've struggled the last 3 games. Just have really come off our game. Took that penalty, which didn't help, and I feel like Coventry kind of got momentum from there on. But I mean, our 3rd period, that's one of the better periods we played in quite some time, probably since we played Belfast. So very pleased with the effort in the 3rd, and absolutely for standings, it's a huge 2 points for us.
Yeah, that first period just stung us tonight. I didn't mind our game, you know, from probably about the 2nd minute of the 2nd period there till the end of the game. They got up. They played a smart defensive game. They didn't give us much. They made it hard in the neutral zone and in the D zone, and you know, they just used that start and you know, made us pay, made us work hard for anything we got there. You know, we'll need to up our game a little bit tomorrow. Obviously, everything's in our own hands still right now, but obviously tomorrow's, you never want to see someone win a trophy in your arena. So I expect some pushback and a desperate hockey team tomorrow.
Yeah, that's kind of what we just spoke about in there. Obviously, the job is half done. I'm real proud of the effort tonight. I thought the guys competed for a full 60. 3rd period, obviously, a real pushback from Sheffield, and I also thought it was a gutsy effort from our team, you know, blocking shots and defending hard. And getting it done in the end. I thought that once they got that one goal, the crowd got into it, and you could really feel the momentum swing a little bit, and we needed to make sure that we were sharp, and I thought the guys were.
Malcolm, you did it. You're over the line. How do you feel?
I mean, it's a nice relief to get over there. It was a little stressful at times because it seemed like any time we'd score, we'd give one right back right away. And I told the guys after the game, I said, what if I told you, we could have scored 7 without giving up 4? Would you believe me? And they did. They knew. I think there's 3 we could have defended better on and made better decisions. When we get down the stretch here now, especially in the next 4 games, we got to really tidy that up. We got to really make teams earn goals, not have us give them goals and hand them easy opportunities to score goals. So that's something we want to certainly clean up in the next 4 games. Now that we know, now the goal is to try and win every game. We're going to focus in on one game at a time. Coventry has been a real sore spot for us. It's kind of the one team below the top 3 we don't have a winning record against. They're a little bit of our arch nemesis, or Lex Luthor, I guess would be in terms of Marvel Comics. They're our Lex Luthor or our Kryptonite or whatever. But we got to find a way in a one-game showdown tomorrow to go in and find a way to play really good, stingy hockey.
Manchester made it tough for you in the opening half of that first period. You guys were under the cosh for a bit.
Yeah, we were a little slow starting. That might be a little bit of nerves. We had some pressure on us. No pressure on them, really. I know that their backs were against the wall, but sometimes you can play a little bit looser. For us, the pressure is to keep the spot. They had a real hard road to climb to try and steal a spot. So I think maybe we were a little nervy the first 10 minutes, but once we scored that goal, we kind of settled in after that. I loved our second period. I loved our energy offensively. We scored more goals tonight, or the same amount of goals as we did in our previous 5 games combined. So it was good to see us break out, but scored them in different ways, which is a good thing too. But more importantly, we got to defend just a little bit better. 4 goals against is not going to help us win hockey games here down the stretch or in the playoffs.
And of course, Mathieu got a hat-trick tonight as well. Again, doing what he does best out there.
Yeah, obviously a big game player, and 30 goals this year is a heck of a comeback here, considering he was under a point a game here 2 years ago. So for 30 goals, a good comeback season for him. 30 goals at any level of hockey is certainly something to feel great about, and all the kudos to him. We had great nights up and down the lineup, and guys that don't show up in the score sheet, and I'll mention a couple of guys, Rodney Southam, Dyson Stevenson, just doing really dirty things. Matt Haywood had a really good playoff style game tonight as well. Really happy with the way those guys showed and just grinded the game out, and that's how we have to try and win. Noel Laporte, he did the same thing, but he actually got a bunch of points, so he gets rewarded, so I don't need to mention him quite that as much as the other guys. But if we can just tidy that, those little blips in the radar up here, I think we're going to be fine.
Thanks, Malcolm. Well done.
Thank you.
Well, Omar, how do you sum that one up this evening?
Yeah, huge win. Clinching a playoff spot now is massive. To do it with a win, that was even more important. And the guys came out really strong in that first period. I thought we were a bit lucky not to have more than one after the first, but we kept persevering, and the turning point in the second was the breakaway save from Priester, and then we go back and we score. And I thought after that we played really well. And yeah, they had opportunities, but Priester was strong in net. And overall, I really liked our game tonight. I thought we were aggressive, we were fast, and we were moving the puck quick.
Yeah, and I mean, it's not an easy place to come here, as you saw last Sunday evening, so I suppose that makes it a bit more special as well, given that the fans have come through in big numbers and it's a rivalry against.
Yeah. I mean, the rivalry is for us is massive, right? And I'm sure for them too. But for us to get the win here, you know, especially after last week, it's good for the morale. It's good for, you know, the standings. But most importantly, I mean, beating their rivals is another good accomplishment. So tomorrow is another big challenge. But tonight I really liked our game, and hopefully we can bring it to tomorrow.
Yeah, and as you said, the standing's so tight at the moment, and so few games left. Tomorrow's game takes even more of an importance, I suppose, than normal times.
Yeah, I mean, the playoff placing is no secret. It's going to be right to the very end, and for us, we want to finish as high as possible. So we control that. If we win out, well, we have an opportunity to be as high as 4th and 5th. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, we just got to keep going, keep battling, and one game at a time. And tomorrow, back at home. You know, on a weekend, it will be great to see.
And we must mention the fans that have come through this evening, a huge number again, supporting you loud and proud.
Yeah, the fans were electric tonight, and right to the very end, shouting loud like that. It gave the boys an extra juice as well going in the third. And listen, I hope they'll be as loud tomorrow at home.
Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Well, just like we were talking about, you know, we knew that when we were mathematically eliminated from the playoffs, there was going to be a form of a low. We didn't know what shape it was going to take. That kind of culminated in last night's performance. You know, we were hard on the players last night, post-game, but as I explained to the players today when we met, that's nothing compared to the pressures that we put on ourselves as coaches and that we should put on ourselves as an organization. We've got a lot of work to do in the off season. But you know what, the guys came out and it wasn't pretty at times, but they responded with a win. And you take your small victories at this point. I think that, you know, somehow incredibly since the beginning of February after that disastrous January, we've been clicking at around, you know, 50%. Point percentage, but you know that shows that we needed to be up to full strength with even an extra right from early days, but that wasn't the case
tonight. Shane Owen, absolutely outstanding for you, but I'm sure you know that you're going to get that from him anyway.
As he is most nights. You know, very dependable back there, very strong performance. You know what I certainly like about your guys is the speed and, you know, willingness to shoot pucks. I think at times, you know, a number of our guys are reluctant to shoot in shooting opportunities. I think that's hurt our offensive production this year. But you know what? Our power play was strong tonight. I thought our penalty kill looked good. So, you know, there was positives we could take out of tonight's game.
And I know Jeff said last night that you guys are building for next season in his post-match interview, and I suppose that's the case from your point of view, is that the guys on the ice that are able to show you what they can do if they've got a future at Fife.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I don't think you guys will understand the stresses that go along with putting a team together in 6 weeks. I think that showed early on, and we know that for us to be successful, it has to begin a couple of weeks ago. And you're right, like, guys are not only playing for jobs in Fife next year, but jobs anywhere in this day and age. Every shift can be watched, every performance can be watched, and it's important that these players showcase themselves right to the end of the year.
But the end product just not there.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's a tough night, but you know, in front of your fans, you want to put on a good show no matter what the situation is. And you know, I thought we had a slow start, and you know, I thought we had in spurts in every period we played all right. You know, and right now we got, you know, I thought we had some guys that had a really bad night, and you know, when you're playing for your fans and playing for a little pride. It's a little bit hard to watch. You know, as I said, there's obviously we're not in the situation we want to be in, but at the same time, you're professional athletes, and you don't just roll out, put your sticks down, and play it like a beer hockey game. And if you do, everybody's playing for something. Whether you're playing because it could be your last 3 games, or you're playing for a job next year, or you're playing to be one of the guys to get signed back. You know, you roll out there right now, and this is a big character watch for us. We're looking to see what kind of guys can battle through this and show that they have it within them to, you know, compete at any level. And you know, we are seeing that from the guys we expected, and we're definitely not seeing it from the guys we expected.